Last class we can discuss about skeletal tissue, the two cartilage. Today we can discuss about bone. See, cartilage is a flexible semi-solid and it is a pliable one. But the bone is highly calcified. It means more mineralized, and it is in a solid, hard, rigid, non-pliable matrix is present. That is the first characteristics of the bone. Here in adult vertebrates, the endoskeleton is made up of bones in adult vertebrates, and it can give structural framework to the body. It can give the structural framework to the body, and it can protect the internal organs. And then this bones is attached with the muscles, and it can be useful for the locomotion. Here, this one is the limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. These forelimbs and hind limbs can bear the total weight of our body. Now, these bones consist of calcium salts, and also they having a collagen fibers are present. Due to the aging, when age will be increases in bones, inorganic materials is increases. When the inorganic materials is increases, the bones is like a brittle, it means somewhat very soft. And then the bones is the homeostatical reservoir for calcium, magnesium and phosphorus. Now, suppose now this one is the bone. The bone, they having a outer fibrous connective tissue that is called as a periosteum, and this one is the bone marrow. Inside they having a bone marrow. The bone marrow is lined by inner connective tissue sheath. That inner connective tissue sheath is called as a endosteum. I already said here, periosteum and endosteum having what type of connective tissue? Dense irregular connective tissue is present. Now in this bone, this expandable part is called as a epiphysis. This long shaft part is called as a diaphysis. They having a bone marrow. Between epiphysis and diaphysis, here they having a metaphysis is present. Basically, epiphysis consists of hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage. Now, in this bone, mainly they having a three types of cells. One is the osteoblast cells, osteocytes, and osteoclast. Osteoblasts are the immature bone cells. Now see here, this immature bone cells, it can secrete collagen fibers when it can secrete the collagen fibers, they can be mineralized and it will be converted to the matured bone cells. That matured bone cells is called as a osteocytes. Immature bone cells is called as a osteoblast. Matured bone cells is called as a osteocytes. And then osteoclast. Osteoclast are the phagocytical cells. Phagocytical cells. This can be used for the resorption. Resorption indicates loss of calcium from the bones. Reabsorption is different. Resorption is different. Resorption indicates loss of calcium from the bones. That's why they are having a three types. One is the osteoblast, another one is the osteocytes, another one is the osteoclast. Now, based upon method of formation of bones. Method of formation of bones. In that, the first one is the cartilaginous bone. The second one is the investing bone. First one is what? Cartilaginous bone. The second one is the investing bone. And third one is the sesamoid bone. And fourth one is the visceral bone. First we can go for the cartilaginous bone. Cartilaginous bone is also called as a replacing bone or also called as a endochondral bones. Here what is cartilaginous bones means? Ossification takes place on cartilage. What is ossification? The process of formation of bone is called as a ossification. See, first in embryo of endoskeleton is made up of a cartilage. Now this cartilage is ossified. Now it will be turns to bone. That's why it is also called as a endochondral bone. Endochondral bone. Chondra indicates the cartilage. The cartilage is ossified and turns to a bone. That type of bones is called as a cartilaginous bone. The best example is the limbs. Our forelimbs and hind limbs. In embryo can says that is made up of cartilage. Later it will be ossified. They can be turned to bones. Next one. Investing bone or mesenchymal bones. Investing bone or mesenchymal bone means in embryo they having a mesenchyme is a connective tissue. That's why ossification takes place in the mesenchyme. When ossification takes place in the mesenchyme, they can form which bones? Cranium. It means the bones which can cover the brain, that bones is called as a cranial bones. That's why the cranial bone is what type of bone? Investing bones are also called as a dermal bones. And then sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bone means ossification takes place on tendon. I already said what is meant by tendon. The tendon means it is a connective tissue between the bones and muscles. Now this is the bone and this one is the muscle. The bones is attached to the muscles by a connective tissue. That connective tissue is called as a tendon. That's why here the ossification takes place in the tendon. That type of bone is called as a sesamoid bone. The best example, pisiform. See, this is the pisiform bones in the wrist region. And then patella, kneecap. Kneecap and pisiform bones is under the sesamoid bones. And then visceral bones. Visceral bones means ossification takes place on soft tissue. Ossification takes place on the soft tissue. See, suppose if we go for os penis, if we go for rodents, that will indicate the rats and some carnivores. Now this one is the penis. This anterior part is called as a gland penis. Now in this gland penis can be ossified, turns to a hard one. Now that type of bones is called as a visceral bones. Now types of bones based on their structure. before we said types of bones based upon their formation, it is based upon their structure. Now in that, the first one is the spongy bone, the second one is the compact bone. In spongy bone, they having a more intercellular spaces are present. In this, the matrix will be compactly arranged. Where the spongy bones are present means, see, this is the epiphysis, this is the diaphysis, and this one is the metaphysis. In epiphysis and metaphysis, they having a spongy bone is present. Compact bone, here this is the diaphysis. This diaphysis consists of a compact bone. Tomorrow class we can discuss about the structure of the internal structure of the bones.